Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to Slime Rancher. In the last episode, we unlocked our very first reward from Ogden's Wild Retreat, which was this stuff called Miracle Mix. It's an upgrade for our gardens, and basically it makes it so the crops that fall down on the soil take much longer to wither. So that's going to be super helpful for all of those long expeditions that we take, and especially today because we were planning on going back to the Glass Desert. We actually have a bit of a situation going on with our tangle slimes. The tangle tabby slimes that are very mischievous. They like to catapult themselves straight out of their corrals just like our pink slimes used to do. Despite the fact that we have the air net on top, it's a fully upgraded corral stocked with chickens and everything, but they find it more fun to sneak out when we're not paying attention. So if it's anything like our pink slimes, it's probably just some unfortunate glitch that we're not going to be able to truly fix, but we were hoping to go to the Glass Desert to maybe find them some special decorations that would remind them of home and maybe calm them down a little bit too. Before we leave though, there are a couple of things that we can do. We could go into this toy machine for one and try to find something that the tangle slimes might like. I'm a little bit worried that they're going to try to escape again while we're gone, so hopefully some sort of toy will be enough to keep their attention. Would it be the soulmate maybe? Reduces agitation of nearby slimes, especially tangle slimes who love a good reference to photosynthesis. Excellent, so it is a bit of a more expensive toy, but I think it'll be worth it. I'm sure they will enjoy playing with this at the very least, and hopefully they'll keep it inside their corral. I would hate to find that they're launching it out of their corrals with all of their buddies. So here you go, guys. You guys can play with this while we go to the Glass Desert and try to find you some things that you might enjoy from your old home. We could also go to the lab before we leave, because we unlocked one of those special trees from the wilds, and I would really love to see some of those giant pink fluffy trees all over our ranch. I think that'll look really nice, especially here because there are so many little pink accents anyway. So let's see if we have enough plorts to make those. Oh my goodness, wait a second, and I almost ran straight past our tabby. Oh no, now you guys are getting out again too? That is not good. Okay, it doesn't look like any more have escaped. I don't see any more bouncing pink slimes wandering around this part of the ranch, so I think we're okay. Oh, you guys, you are so very mischievous. I mean, I knew it was going to be trouble when we decided to make tabbies out of all of our slimes, but this is a bit much. Well, here's our peach cloud tree. It takes pink plorts, saber plorts, deep brine, and hexacombs, so we have enough to make one of these. We also have some different extractors that we could possibly place down in the Glass Desert too, so we can hopefully get some new little resources from that area as well. I'm sure we'll need them to create whatever decorations we happen to find. But let's see what this tree actually looks like on our ranch. I think I'll put it way back here for now, because I think it'll look really nice right next to our own home. Let's see, how does it look? Oh my gosh, it's like a tiny little version of all of those trees that we saw in the wilds. Oh, that looks so beautiful, especially with the sunrise right behind it. That is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I am going to want to fill this place. Fill it with tons of pink cloud trees. They look like little baby versions of all of our other trees. Maybe if we get our hands on some more of those pink plorts, we could make some to put by the docks as well. But I think we're all set to go. The only other thing I wanted to do was grab some of our tangle plorts, because if I remember correctly, we actually passed some tangle statues that we could use in the Glass Desert pretty early on, right by the entrance. So I'm hoping that if we bring enough of these, we might be able to open up another one of those fountains. And then we can gain access to more of the different oasis areas around the place too. We can bring life back to the desert. Oh no, as soon as we go through, really? Alright, well we know how to handle this now. We just have to make sure that we're not standing still for too long. Even though we don't have an oasis to hide in, I think we'll be okay. But there's one of those statues that I was talking about. It's going to be a little bit chaotic trying to find them now, but we might as well put some plorts in as we pass them. The others must be around here too. They're typically very close together, and they're also very close to wherever the fountain is hiding. There we go, now it's passed. So now we can explore this place a little bit more freely. Oh my gosh, and I almost forgot about that guy way over there. We have one of the gordos to feed in this area. And I guess this is how we're going to get up to him too, because now we should be able to use our jetpack to fly the rest of the way. We probably don't even need to wait for it to recharge. So hello, big guy. Unfortunately, I don't have any fruit for you, but are you hiding any little statues by any chance? It doesn't seem like it, but I do see one of those treasure pods. Alright, so hopefully there's a good decoration in here. Something that we could give to our tangle slimes to soothe their minds. The potted cactus? A cactus found in the glass desert that slimes and other items can stick to for a short while? Wait a second. Does that mean that we can use these cactus plants that are all around the glass desert, just like the nets at the docks? Alright, that's very interesting. We'll have to investigate this. We'll send the heartbeats out for those little rock slimes so they don't get too cranky. But yeah, would this actually work on a chicken too? Oh my gosh, it actually does! Oh, this poor little chicken is going to be stuck to a cactus for the rest of its life, unless a unfortunate slime comes strolling along and decides to munch on it. But I guess we'll have to build one of those too, because that would be a really cute thing to keep on our ranch. Even if we're not going to be sticking chickens to our cactus plants, it'll still be a nice thing for us to keep. But where are the rest of those statues? They can't be far away from this one. And likewise, if we could find wherever the fountain is, that would probably help us too, because then we would have a general idea of the scope of this thing. Maybe if we go down this way. Oh, there is a building way up there. I wonder if that's where all the statues are? Let's see if we can climb our way up using our jetpack. When we first started the game, I didn't realize that we would be doing so much exploring like this, going around all the nooks and crannies on our jetpack, but it definitely seems like this is the best way for us to get around. Maybe if we go over here, it'll be easier for us to get up to the building up there. And I do think I see some of those plants that we typically find right around the fountain, so this must actually be... Yeah, this is where we're going to get all of our ancient water from. So we just need to find those statues. Maybe there's one on top of this building? If we can go up a little bit higher. Oh, there we go. There's one of the statues. So typically there's only 3, and that would mean we only have 1 more to go? Well, this is one seriously sneaky statue. I must be walking like right past it. Well, either way, we could at least place down our extractors over here, right by the entrance, so we can go a little bit deeper into the glass desert and try to find more treasures. Because although the potted cactus is very, very cute, I think our little slimes could probably use more than just a cactus to keep them happy. So now we have one of each extractor working away inside the glass desert, and hopefully that means we'll have some new resources to pick up before we leave. And this is a much happier place. Flaming pillars aside, because we did have another solar anomaly, this is where we were creating all of our little oasis spaces before. So all of these slimes have come back to the area, and there's some tars too. Oh my goodness! It looks like they're actually getting popped inside the oasis. Ah, so this truly is a safe space. Even tars can't stand to stay in here for too long. Well, despite the life that we brought back to the area, I don't think we actually did too much exploring around here. Like, there are some really, really tall ruins, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of treasures waiting way up at the top. So let's see if we can climb our way up there. If we use all of these different pillars to our advantage, we might be able to get a pretty good bird's eye view. Oh, and there's one of those plants again, so we did actually miss one. Okay, it looks like there might be 3 in this area, so why don't we go ahead and grab some of that ancient water before we forget to bring some more life back to the desert. Our fountain is right down here, so it shouldn't be too far away. This is the one that we unlocked with the rock plorts, so it's all ready for us to go. We'll go ahead and suck a little bit up, hopefully. There we go. And then we have 30 seconds to run all the way back to that plant, but I think we can probably do it. Here is our last little plant. So we'll go ahead and bring another oasis into the area, another place for us to hide if we find more tars or more solar anomalies. Oh, and there's the tangle slimes too. Oh, good. I was starting to worry that we weren't going to be able to find more of these guys, because this is the first oasis that they've actually spawned from. Now, where do we go from here? I guess we could try hopping on some of these big trees if we can actually land on them. I think we can. Yeah, I think we could use these as extra little steps. So we want to get all the way over to that giant pillar. I don't think we're going to be able to get to the very tippity top. Maybe there's some way if we use some of the cliff sides, but basically, I just want to get up on those big catwalks. Oh, this might be an easier way. If we loop around on the sides of the cliffs. Yeah, I think I'm starting to see a little bit of a pathway for us to take. Oh, and yet another one of these purple treasure pods. Oh, if only we had the right cracker, we would have so much treasure right now. And I think I see one over there too. Oh no, is that another purple one? Is this all going to be in vain? Let's see if we can get a better look at it if we come around this way. Oh no, it is actually one of the purple ones too. So there are tons of advanced treasure pods for us to pick up in the glass desert. And I suppose that makes sense. It is a bit more of a dangerous place, so I'm sure they're assuming we have all of the things that we need to complete our ranching experience. Well, there are definitely more places for us to explore because this place is absolutely massive. Yeah, we have these little oasis areas over here too, in the ruins where we found all of those mosaic statues. And look how many mosaic slimes are hopping around this place. Unfortunately, they don't seem to be hiding much treasure either. So I guess we're going to have to go even further into the glass desert. We could try finding the area where Hobson left his very last note. Maybe he hid some treasure there too. Actually, I do think I remember passing one of the treasure pods while we were wandering around inside that labyrinth area. Those long twisting tunnels. I think this might actually be it. Yeah, this place right here. There should be another one of the treasure pods right underneath this little platform. So what do you have for us? The Cocoa Slime Lamp. A decorative lamp housing a happy slime. So I think we actually found the amber slime lamp before. And we do have access to a pink one as well, but we haven't tried it out yet. So I guess that'll go along nicely with our little potted cactus. But yeah, this is definitely the area where we found Hobson's very last note. But again, we didn't explore this place too much. We only went right inside that building over there with the 2 doors, of course. 2 doors to choose from. So let's try flying around these ruins too. We might as well. It looks like it does go up a bit higher. So that seems like the perfect place for them to hide something special. Oh, and what a view too. We get a perfect view of the gorgeous sunrise rising right above Hobson's building. We're going to have to be super careful around here though because there are so many opportunities for us to slip and fall and end up right back on our ranch. But I do see boxes, so that's a good sign. Let's try to sneak our way over to the ruins on this side. If we hop our way around, we can at least get to this box, which I'm guessing probably doesn't have anything too special for us. Just one measly little carrot. Yeah, I can't say that that was worth it. But let's see if there's anywhere else for us to go. Oh my goodness, this path is so very narrow, but there is actually a treasure pod back there. All right, we are going to have to be super careful about this. Oh, I wonder if there's a better way for us to go. It seems like if we go up around the ruins this way, we might be able to find a path that actually leads to that treasure pod, because yeah, that is a very giant gap, so let's see what we can find. Well, the path kind of ends here, but we did find a little dervish statue. So that means there's probably another one of those fountains in this area too. Yup, definitely a fountain around here somewhere because we even have some of these little plants to grow as well. Well, the good news is we do have some dervish slimes spawning, and we even have one of these little prickle pear trees over here. But the prickle pears aren't quite ready for us to harvest just yet, so you're going to have to wait a tiny bit longer, little guy. Oh no, I guess he didn't like the idea of waiting because now we have yet another one of the solar anomalies to deal with. But this might actually lead straight down to the treasure pod. Do you think that's about where it was? It looks like we have some little areas that we could land, but this is definitely not the safest time for us to do so. I have a feeling we would get blown off the edge by one of these giant flaming pillars. On the plus side though, I think I do see the fountain with quantum slimes around it this time. Oh, I don't think we've actually seen any quantum slimes in the glass desert yet. That's interesting. This is around the area where Hobson said he found that mysterious teleporter, so I suppose it makes sense. It turns out that the quantum slimes, or their plorts at least, are typically used to power teleporters, so he would need some way to bring it back to life. And in fact, maybe he'll talk about it in one of these letters? I don't think we've actually read this one yet. Quite a sight to gaze upon the sand sea out there, no? I've scoured every corner of the desert, and everywhere I look, that sand sea stretches to the horizon. Makes you wonder just where the heck on the far range you are when the slime sea is nowhere to be found. That's for sure. Like, I actually thought that was quicksand at first, but it seems to just be another version of the slime sea that we're used to. Well, back to work, I guess. We need to get over to that treasure pod. Oh my gosh, there is so much over here for us to explore too. And was it that? Is that another gordo? Oh my gosh, that looks like it could possibly be like a mosaic gordo. Oh, we have to investigate that, but first, before we leave this area, let's just make sure we pick up that treasure pod so we don't forget where it is. This is very risky, but I'm going to drop down to this level. Oh no, is this not actually where the treasure pod is hiding? Okay, it's on the other side of the wall. I was a little bit worried that I got myself stuck there, but we should be fine. And we have another little slime lamp to take with us, the berry slime lamp, so that one looks like it's going to be a purple one. That's probably going to be my favorite then because I do love purple. But now we absolutely have to go say hi to that gordo, if that's what it is. Can you imagine a mosaic gordo exploding into rainbows? We must have missed exploring this entire area because I don't think we read this note either. Must have been one heck of a scorcher that caused these glass formations. They always look like flames to me, like a great firestorm covered this land before being frozen in time. Then again, maybe these are flames burning away, but at a pace we can't even perceive. Perhaps this desert has two different times overlapping one another, and here we are stuck in the middle of it. Wouldn't that just be wild? Very mysterious. And maybe that's why the quantum slimes are here after all. They are often described as being in two different times at once. And oh my gosh, that is actually a giant gordo. Oh, he's going to be a little bit trickier for us to get to. Oh my goodness, a little bit trickier than I thought. What on earth is this? Oh, that's where we were before. That's where the treasure pod is in those tunnels. So we literally could have just flown up here and said hello to this giant mosaic gordo. Yeah, we're going to have to find a better way to get up here. I guess it doesn't matter anyway because we don't exactly have any of those silver parsnips on hand, which would be its absolute favorite. But maybe we'll have to do that in the next episode. We could come back here and pop not only the mosaic gordo, but also the dervish gordo that's a little bit closer to the entrance. With the miracle mix we have on the ranch, we should have more than enough at our disposal to satisfy their hunger. So let's go back to the ranch for now. That way we can hopefully play around with our new little potted cactus plant. And likewise, we're going to want to pick up some of these resources too. Luckily, we have that refinery link, so it won't be hard for us to send all of these resources back to the ranch. We even have some new royal jelly. Oh, that's super lucky. Nothing really new from the apiary, but I guess that's to be expected because I can't imagine there's too many honeybees in the desert. But if we pop our refinery right down here, we can send all of these items straight into the lab. And now this one is the drill, I think? Oh, we got something new out of this. It looks like glass shards. Yeah, a solid fragment of frozen fire. Just like the flames that Hobson wrote about. Well, we'll send you back home too, and then it's just down to the pump, I believe. But again, I would be surprised if we find any new water sources. Yeah, it looks like this is just the old stuff. So let's scoop up our link. We'll go ahead and pick this up so we can use it again later. And then we'll go straight through our teleporter and see if we at least have enough resources to hopefully make one of our new decorations. Otherwise, we're going to have to do a little bit more searching around the place. Oh, look at that. We actually got an achievement while you were away. I guess that means we spent a super long time away from the ranch. Oh boy, that means that we're going to have to make sure all of our slimes are fed, of course. Hopefully none of them have escaped in the process. They all look super happy though. Nobody's drooling out of hunger, so I think we're probably safe. Well, let's see what it takes to make these little decorations. We have our slime lamps, of course, our berry slime lamp, which we just need a couple more glass shards to make. So maybe we'll focus on that in one of the next episodes. And then the cocoa slime lamp takes some pepper jam, which I haven't even seen yet. That must be something that we can only get in the glass desert. Now I don't see that little cactus that we unlocked. Does that mean that it's in something else? Utilities? Oh my gosh, it's in utilities and we need that pepper jam for this one too. That's a bit unfortunate. But I guess that means in the next episode we'll focus on trying to make some of these extra little bits and bobs. Something that will help our little tangle slimes feel a little bit more at home. I feel like the cactus would be good anyway, because they do typically have the same flower right on the top of their heads, so there must be some sort of connection. But thankfully it looks like all 4 of our tangle largos are doing just fine inside their corrals, finding all of the chickens that they can get their greedy little vines on, so nothing to worry about there. That little slime toy must have helped calm them down. So let's go into our Slimepedia and read one more entry about one of the more special slimes. This time it looks like we're on the gold slime, in fact. We haven't run into too many of these, so I guess it would be a good thing for us to read up on them now. The most elusive and sought after of all slime species is easily the gold slime. Very little is known about these slippery creatures, as they have proven impossible to capture. Gold slimes are quick as a flash and will immediately begin to flee ranchers on sight. If a rancher is to profit from an encounter with a gold slime, they need to think quick. And if I remember correctly, even though we can't capture the tiny little gold slimes, we can actually entice a gordo gold slime onto our ranch now, because their favorite food, although it doesn't say it here, is the gilded ginger. Those are super tricky for us to get our hands on though. From what I've read so far, only one will spawn in some random location in the glass desert every single day, so they are just about as elusive as the gold slimes themselves. Gold slimes produce no direct risk to a rancher, but their appearance often induces panic and leads to sometimes fatal mistakes. Further, the only way to obtain gold plorts is to strike a gold slime with a spare resource in your vac. Doing so can produce a gold plort, though it also leaves a trail of additional resources in the area, leading to unintended largos or worse. Yeah, I know the feeling of panic that comes out of finding a gold slime. The first gold slime we ever saw was on our very first episode, and I had no idea how these guys worked at the time, but the panic was still alive and well as I tried to vac this guy up, so we definitely know how that feels. Gold plorts have little practical use and are the most valuable of all plorts simply because they are shiny and rare. Back on Earth, the elite love to adorn themselves in jewelry made of gold plorts, far exceeding the value of any terrestrial precious metal. For this reason, a rancher should never pass up the chance to get a gold plort or two from a chance encounter with a gold slime. That makes quite a bit of sense that all of those plorts would be used for jewelry, especially the very high-end stuff. But in the next episode, we'll go back into the glass desert and try to pop those gordos once and for all. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!